You can believe one thing, Lindsay. Both of these men feel much better today, and talking with them downstairs, they're comfortable and ready for the season.
And we're just about ready for the kickoff now. Temperature is 76 degrees. The wind from the southeast at 10 miles per hour. Rafael Septien has teed the ball up at the 35-yard line. And the Denver Broncos have Harden center deep to receive it, standing along the goal line. Septien puts the ball in the air. Harden retreats to the end zone across the end line. Touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here is the offensive line for Denver now. Their home opener, and there you see the receivers. Riley Odom's the tight end. And Matt Robinson, the starting quarterback. He'll have Dave Preston and Jim Jensen, but keep in mind, they use rotating backs, and they'll be running them in and out of there all afternoon long. Tom Landry, the only coach the Dallas Cowboys have ever had. Matt Robinson waits for the snap. First play from scrimmage for the afternoon. And it is a big nothing.
Guess who?
And Too Tall Jones was right in there.
Well, he said he didn't take him any time, and he is back, isn't he? There's your defensive line. Jones, Cole, White, and Martin.
Jim Jensen, Dave Preston are the setbacks. Matt Robinson waits for the snap, motion back to the inside. Preston, and he's across the 20 to the 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 9 yards to go now with the ball out to the 21-yard line.
One thing Denver didn't want to do today, and that is to throw against the Dallas nickel, and in the first series they come up against the Dallas nickel.
They get Rick Upchurch in there, and he's coming to a wide left. Haven Moses in a wide right. 2 veteran long receivers. Running backs are well split for Matt Robinson. Drops back. Pumps it, and Haven Moses has it at the 45-46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos at the 46. Haven Moses.
Boy, that was a different pass. As you can see, Matt Robinson said he'd never play another game that poorly. He is right on the money with this one. Good, strong throw that time. Hits Moses right in stride.
Haven Moses had only 1 reception throughout the entire preseason and none last week. 1st and 10 now. Denver Broncos at their own 46-yard line. Red Miller, the head coach of the Bronx. Motion back to the inside by Haven Moses. Jensen stretches it up to the 46-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. Jim Jensen, a 230-pound running back.
Well, Charlie Waters is getting up slowly. They can ill afford to lose him out of that secondary. I don't know if they have enough numbers to get enough positions filled back there. If Waters goes down, he is the leader. They call him the Charlie's Angels.
2nd down and 2 yards to go at the 46. Haven Moses to the left side. It is again Jensen carrying. He got across to the 44-yard line looking for the 1st down. Now they'll take a long look. He may have picked it up. He did. 1st and 10. Steve Wilson on the tackle. Steve Wilson playing the left corner for the Dallas Cowboys. 1st and 10 now for the Broncos, and they have the ball at the Dallas 44-yard line. Game having just begun here at Mile High Stadium before their 73rd consecutive sellout crowd. 75,103 is capacity here. Preston inside the 40-yard line, make it the 39. Picked up about 5 on the play to make it 2nd and 5. Charlie Waters up to make the tackle.
The offensive line of Denver really coming off the football. They moved that Dallas front 4 back that time, allowing him to make a substantial gain.
Otis Armstrong is coming to that backfield now. He has averaged 4 yards per carry so far this season. Motion to the inside. All the way across. Haven Moses. Otis Armstrong. Penalty marker down. Armstrong dives for the first round sticks, but there's a linesman's flag. So that'll have to be checked out. Jerry Markbright is the referee, and that's Jerry offside against the Cowboys.
Against the Cowboys, we have another injury to a Cowboy player, too. Mike Hegman is down. It's like he got nicked up a little bit. Guy Brown coming in for him. Have a final score, Lindsay. Buffalo 20, the New York Jets 10.
That's Jerry Markbright you see there getting straightened out on the penalty before enforcing it. Markbright's the referee. Ed Pfiffick is the umpire. The head linesman is Dale Hamer. The line judge is Gene Carabin.
Offside, number 58, defense, declined, first down.
So Armstrong got the first down. They declined the penalty, take the play, 1st and 10 now, and it's at the 33-yard line.
You know, one quick thing, we mentioned in the opening that they gave up 5 sacks last week. We'll get back to it, but it's kind of an interesting thing developing.
Injury timeout. Mike Hegman injured and out of the ball game, and Guy Brown has replaced him at the left outside linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. 1st and 10. Denver at the Dallas 33-yard line. Matt Robinson. Haven Moses. Haven Moses. Short of the 20-yard line at the 21. Steve Wilson made the stop on the left corner.
Good smart call, too, to get Steve Wilson's attention early in the game with a little short throw, and that they did, and pick up enough for a first down.
As we've mentioned before, Denver will be shuttling backs in and out of there all afternoon, so we won't try to pick him up each time. Dave Preston has just come back in. Otis Armstrong has come out. Haven Moses goes to a wide right. He's number 25. Ron Egloff, tight end left. Robinson. Incomplete at the 10-yard line.
They threw it in a crowd, too, Lindsay. 5 blue shirts around that football.
Dennis Thurman was there defensively. Egloff, 85, the man for whom it was intended. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
I was talking about the 5 sacks. They said that Matt Robinson was guilty of holding the ball 60% of the time too long in his passes last week. Red Miller said, my line must be doing a good job then, and they are so far in this first drive.
Red Steinfort, the field goal man, has kicked 1 or 2 into the net along the sideline. 10th play coming up. Time elapsed, 5:15 so far. Denver in possession. Took the ball on the opening kickoff. There it says Dave Preston. Got it to the 16-yard line. Picked up about 5. Steve Wilson coming off the corner.
Charlie Waters couldn't quite wrap him up that time. He had him for a loss, but he broke the tackle.
Big 3rd down play coming here now. 3rd and 5 on the 16. Rick Upchurch is coming there, the wide receiver left. They're doubling Moses and Upchurch to the left side on 3rd and 5. Matt Robinson. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jim Jensen. But there's a penalty marker. There is a marker. Holding is indicated, I believe. Jerry Markbright, the referee. Holding against the Dallas Cowboys.
He got him grabbing the back, coming out of the backfield that time. Linebacker latched onto him.
Let's hear Markbright.
Holding, number 59, defense, automatic first down.
Guy Brown, who just came in there in place of Mike Hegman. Automatic first. 1st and 10 now for Denver at the Dallas 11-yard line. They send Haven Moses to a wide right. They've got Preston and Jensen as the setbacks. Preston. Dives to the 10. He got only 1. 2nd down and 9 yards to go. Aaron Mitchell coming up in the right corner to make the tackle. 2nd-year man from Nevada, Las Vegas.
You see the defense moving laterally across the field. Good pursuit angles that time. Shut the play down for no gain.
Second down, 9 yards to go, Denver. At the Dallas 10-yard line. No score, first quarter, Mile High Stadium in Denver. Jensen. Well, he just cut back and managed to drive outside the 5-yard line.
Good piece of running that time. Also by Dave Preston, a good block by him, allowing Jensen to cut back into the hole.
Thurman, Wilson converging there. Ball is spotted outside the 5-yard line. Third down, a little more than 4, a little outside the 5-yard line. Steinfort. It's nervous time for the field goal man along the sideline. Preston on the left side, Jensen on the right side for Matt Robinson. Stopped just short of the goal line. Jensen just short of the goal line. So it'll be 4th down and inches to go.
And decision time for Red Miller. Look at it. A little outlet pass here. Jensen, big and strong, fights his way to the goal line. They rule he's down before he gets in. They're measuring for it.
But he got the first down. He made the first down without getting the touchdown. They got the first down without getting the touchdown, so make it 1st and goal. Just outside the goal line.
Boy, this has been an impressive drive. The first one in the game for Matt Robinson and the Denver offense. You see, he's down before he gets in, but he has enough for the first down.
Jensen right and Preston left. Matt Robinson, quarterback. Touchdown! Touchdown for the Denver Broncos. Matt Robinson, take it in.
Take a look at it. Says, let me take it in myself. Boy, that offensive line, give them the credit because they moved that Dallas front off the ball into the end zone.
Brad Steinfort will attempt the conversion now with Matt Robinson holding, and points after he is 3 for 3. They drove 80 yards, took the ball on their own 20. It is up, and it's good. So the conversion is good by Fred Steinfort, and as they come back up the field, the Denver Broncos are leading by a score of 7-0 on a warm, sunny day in Denver, Colorado. Tom Landry along the sidelines. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. The rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the Denver Broncos and the National Football League prohibited. Fielded in the end zone, touchback by Jones. It'll be put in play 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. There is the touchdown drive. Look at that time of possession. 8 minutes, 5 seconds.
This will be the first time Danny White has trailed. He never trailed Washington Monday night. Puts a little more pressure on the offense.
He was 10 for 18 against Washington, 55.6, no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Dorsett and Springs in the I formation. Tony Dorsett. Dorsett out to the 24-yard line.
Lindsay, we have another final. If people don't think Philadelphia's for real, they beat Minnesota for the first time today, 42-7.
To those of you who have been watching the Atlanta game, welcome to the Dallas-Denver game, and a score has just been posted here as Denver took the opening kickoff and drove 80 yards, scored and kicked the point. Matt Robinson went in from the 1, and it's 7-0. Cowboys have the ball for the first time today. They have it 2nd and 6. They have it on their own 24-yard line. That's Dorsett switching into the tailback in the I formation. Lots of pressure out into the left flat. Dorsett. Penalty markers thrown at the 35. Bill Thompson up on the tackle for Denver. Bill Thompson in his 132nd consecutive game.
We might have a face mask.
That's it. Face mask against the Denver Broncos.
Where Danny White was fortunate to get that ball off and find somebody to throw to. Denver blitzed.
Grabbing the face mask, number 36, defense, a 5-yard penalty, first
Bill
down.
Thompson.
Take a look at this. This is a screen pass. Jackson, the linebacker coming on the blitz, ran free. But nobody's with Mr. Dorsett. You don't like to find him out in the clear. Boy, he makes a good run with the ball afterwards. Let's see.
That's Ron Springs. Ron Springs gets across the 44 and goes out of bounds there. Randy Gradishar, veteran linebacker, in there. There's Haven Moses taking a little breather. The ball is short of the 45-yard line. Make it second down and 6 there. There you see the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys. And their receivers, Billy Joe Dupree, the tight end. And there's the backs. Second down, 6 yards to go. Dorsett into the left set. Now back to the tailback. Dorsett on the draw goes to the 49-yard line. Where it's going to be third down, about a yard to go. Barney Chavis and Randy Gradishar in on the tackle. There's the defense. They are in a 3. And there are the 4, the linebackers. And the defense. Louis Wright, one of the best.
What's Reuben Carter call this defense a nose tackle? He says, this is a sacrifice defense. I have to sacrifice myself.
So sometimes it's like being on I-25 at 5 p.m. Well, Dorsett was piled up. Dorsett was piled up. He didn't get it. It'll be 4th down coming up.
Try to go off tackle. Good penetration by the defensive line. You see a lot of white shirts getting in now. Sometimes it's an advantage to have a big back to run in there. Dorsett, only 190 pounds. Hard to move those people out.
4th down and a yard to go. Danny White's back to do the punting. 5-year veteran from Arizona State, and Rick Upchurch is deep to return it for the Denver Broncos. He's one of the best back there. Lets it hit at the 7-yard line. Upchurch to the 10. 15, 20, 25, 30. Rick Upchurch to the 32-yard line. And a good deal of that was on the ability of Mr. Rick Upchurch.
Well, it is. He goes away from his blocking, but the man that does a good job here is Dexter Clinksdale. Stays at home, and you see him right here making the play.
Greg Morton, at the moment the forgotten man of the Denver Broncos, his 16th year in the National Football League. Quarterback who's had so many great days over so many years for the Bronx.
He's not a bad man to have coming off the bench for you.
1st and 10 for Denver. They have the ball at their own 32. Just give it to Dave Preston. And he drives to the 36-yard line.
And another final score, New England, Atlanta. Atlanta beat New England 37-21.
Oh, boy.
Boy, Bartkowski threw 3 touchdown passes in that game, 2 to the rookie tight end, Junior Miller.
Right here, we have 3 minutes, 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and the Denver Broncos are leading by a score of 7-0. They've got Haven Moses wide to the left side for quarterback Matt Robinson. Jensen carries, and he powers to the 38-yard line for 2 to make it about 3rd and 4. Last time these two teams played was 1978 Super Bowl 12, and Dallas beat Denver in that one 27-10. A Red Miller coached Denver team has never beaten Dallas. Preston is carried 5 for 16. Jensen 5 for 22. They're in a slot left. Matt Robinson. And he completes it. It is across the 50-yard line. Riley Odoms, the tight end. Bronco fans are jubilant. Dennis Thurman made the stop. Riley Odoms, a 9-year veteran from Houston.
A different Matt Robinson going back, getting good protection, spotting his receivers. Last week he would have missed that man. Not this week. Finds Riley Odoms and sticks him with it. A first down.
Red Miller brought Rod Dowhauer over from Stanford, where he was head coach, and made him his offensive coordinator to restructure the offense of the Denver Broncos this year with Matt Robinson. Robinson. And it's off to Preston, and Preston gets it down to the 32-yard line. Charlie Waters finally brought him down. Dave Preston.
Take a look at this play. Nobody open when he wanted to throw the ball. Watch him as he goes back through the pocket, avoiding tackles. He just kind of shoves it out to Preston, and Preston goes straight toward the goal line.
Making a 1st and 10 now for the Broncos at the 32, and Red Miller has had things going his way so far in the ballgame. 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. Denver is leading by a score of 7-0. Rick Upchurch comes to the left side. Haven Moses to the right side. Split the running backs. Preston to the left. Jensen to the right. Riley Odoms tight end in motion across. Matt Robinson retreats. Overthrows Haven Moses.
That's only his second miss. He's 5 out of 7 now. What, 72 yards? That offensive line doing an excellent job in protecting.
Otis Armstrong is coming back into that huddle now as you get a panoramic view of Mile High Stadium here in Denver, once called Bear Stadium. Clock says 45 seconds remain. It will start on the snap. About the 28-yard line.
Lindsay, Denver does not have an impressive record against the NFC. They're 16-18-1, where Dallas, on the other hand, has the best NFC record. They're 22-8 versus AFC teams.
Incidentally, linebacker Mike Hegman for the Cowboys is back in the ballgame and made the last tackle. The ball is spotted on the 29, 3rd and 7. Denver has had 9 first downs. Dallas has had 1. Of course, Denver's had the ball. The clock is running with 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Maybe they're going to let it run off, and I think they are. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bingo.
That's it. Bingo. So at Mile High Stadium in Denver, that is the end of the first quarter. And the Denver Broncos are leading the Dallas Cowboys by a score of 7-0. This is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado, where we're starting the second quarter of play with Denver leading by a score of 7-0, and the Broncos have the ball. 3rd and 7, they have it at the Dallas 29-yard line. Denver has had the ball for 21 plays. Dallas has had it for 5. Denver has had the ball 11 minutes, 55 seconds. Dallas has had it 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Matt Robinson, the quarterback. Going long and incomplete to Haven Moses.
Good throw, though. Good throw. He was covered. He kept it out in front of him. Just overthrow. Well covered that time. Dennis Thurman, Steve Wilson.
Dennis Thurman from Southern Cal, Steve Wilson from Howard. 4th down play coming up. 4th and 7 at the 29.
Stanford coming in. He's 2 for 2 for the year. 44 and a 43-yarder last week.
Matt Robinson holds for him. They will set it up here as a 46-yard attempt. 46-yard attempt. It is good. A field goal is good by Freddie Steinfort. And as they come back up the field now, the Denver Broncos have taken a lead of 10-0 over the Dallas Cowboys, having scored here early in the second quarter. Maybe that's a small Bronco, but there's nothing small about the effort of the Broncos so far. They have a 10-point lead, and Freddie Stanford's kicking off. James Jones is center deep. Jones takes it deep and will not run it out. Touchback, first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
A little more pressure on Danny White.
And a little fisticuffs upfield. Now the penalty marker is thrown. Tempers flared up about the 15-yard line. So there is a marker to be checked out here.
A little frustration on the kickoff more than anything else.
A little confusion on the field. Jerry Markwright.
Two dead ball fouls. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 67, kicking team. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 57. Penalties offset, first down on the 20-yard line.
That's a good way to settle it. Incidentally, the back judge here today is Tom Kelleher. The side judge is Willie Spencer, and the field judge is Bill Stanley.
I'm still trying to find a number 67 on Denver's team. I think he meant number 65. Glenn Hyde.
First and 10 now. Tony Hill's in a wide left. This is Dorsett. Dorsett spinning, and he gets nothing. They're going to give him forward progress, which is across the 20-yard line. Steve Foley made the tackle.
No place to run against that Bronco defense. You see they coming out. People have Foley had good position and a lot of help from a lot of other white shirts. Danny White's got to generate a little offense now. There's that Buffalo. They're 2-0 now over the Jets. The Jets can't get untracked.
Second and 9 at the 21. Dorsett has carried 4 times for 9 yards. He and Ron Springs are the setbacks. That's Springs, number 20, tightening up. And in motion. And Danny White retreats. And it's incomplete and almost intercepted. Louis Wright, one of the finest cornerbacks in the league, almost gathered it in, intended for Billy Joe Dupree.
Ball was overthrown, and Wright came off of his man. He was covering Drew Pearson. He sloughs off, comes back, and picks up Billy Joe Dupree. Almost made the interception. You see the ball go over. Ooh, like to have that one back too.
So it is third down and 9 yards to go. Denver's leading 10-0. Dallas in possession. Springs in the left set. Dorsett in the right set. Shotgun formation. Danny White is deep. White has the snap. Ball is shaken away. Barney Chavis was in there, and the ball is taken into the end zone. However, it's going to be brought back there.
It's going to be Denver's ball on the 5-yard line.
Beg your pardon, it was Greg Boyd. Greg Boyd, number 77, Greg Boyd. Greg Boyd, number 77.
He makes the sack. The ball comes up. Barney Chavis comes up with it.
Gets the ball. It's going to be first down and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Boyd on the sack. Chavis on the recovery. First and 10 for the Broncos at the Cowboys 5. Got a yard, a tough yard to the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Tom Landry along the sideline. Dallas coach for 21 years, the only one they've ever had. They had some rough years in the early going.
Well, Boyd really got in there that time against Danny White. He should. He's 6'6", 280 pounds.
Studdard's playing a tight end now. Weston getting about a foot against the Dallas defense.
Another Dallas player going off. Bruce Huther. It's like he got a knee or cramp or something. He's going off.
3rd and goal inside the 4.
Tough place for a rookie to be coming in here. Anthony Dickerson from SMU coming in at linebacker.
Still got Studdard at a tight end. Bootleg. Robinson bootleg hits for the corner, touchdown. And he threw the ball. Matt Robinson threw the ball at a Dallas Cowboy, Aaron Mitchell. Aaron Mitchell it was.
Mitchell came by in frustration. He threw an elbow, but he did not hit him. Take a look at it, the bootleg. He was looking to throw the ball, almost trapped for a loss. Waters in his face, finds some clear running room. Watch Mitchell right here, kind of throw an elbow. He doesn't make contact, and Robinson then turns and throws the ball at him.
Offense, it will be enforced on the kickoff.
So the penalty, the touchdown is good. We'll have the conversion, and then the penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
Mr. Robinson scored 2 touchdowns here in the first half.
Meanwhile, Denver has taken a 16-0 lead with a conversion attempt coming. Steinfort is the conversion man. Matt Robinson holds for him. Steinfort boots. It's good. And now the Denver Broncos here in the second quarter at Mile High Stadium in Denver have taken a 17-0 lead. Look again.
When you take a look at it, you see right there, he breaks one tackle. Waters goes up expecting him to throw. He finds daylight to the end zone, and you see the elbow right there. But watch this. He comes right back and throws the ball.
So there will be a penalty enforced before the kickoff. A 15-yard penalty has been assessed for unsportsmanlike conduct against the Denver Broncos. There's Robinson along the sideline, so that the Bronx kick off from the 20-yard line. Steinfort puts it up. James Jones at the 10-yard line. He is at the 15, at the 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line. He dived across it. It was Ryan on the tackle. So it'll be now 1st and 10.
You'll forgive me for this, but don't you think that Denver is riding a Rocky Mountain high right now?
Well, they are riding the Rocky Mountain high, and since you've said that, I'm going to say it's only a matter of time till somebody says that James Jones will run that ball from here to eternity. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Springs and Dorsett for Danny White. White pumps once. That's Dorsett. Finally goes out of bounds on the far side.
Boy, Danny had Springs open in the flat that time. He didn't want to go to him. He kind of pumped the ball to him. He came back and actually found Dorsett running across the middle. You saw that score, Seattle, Kansas City. Here's you taking a look at it. It's just a check down by Dorsett. You see him pump right there, coming back, a little safety valve pass. Springs going to come back through a block on Latimer. Slips a little bit, enough for a first down.
Tony Hill to the right side, Drew Pearson to the left side. Out of the I formation, Dorsett. Penalty marker is thrown. Got it across the 45-yard line.
They're going to call a penalty on Drew Pearson.
Holding against the Cowboys.
Randy Gradishaw, number 53, had 10 tackles, solo tackles, and 4 assists last week against Philadelphia.
The Bears leading New Orleans 15-3 in the fourth quarter. Jerry Markbright, the referee.
Holding, number 88, offense, first down.
Drew Pearson. The ball back on the 46-yard line.
There's a fourth quarter score. Baltimore trailing Pittsburgh 20-17.
First and 15 here. Denver's been penalized twice for 20. Springs is carrying. He got it most a half yard. Don Latimer made the tackle. Dallas has been penalized twice for 15 today. Shirt sleeve crowd here at Mile High Stadium in Denver.
Almost a miss on that handoff there. Springs and White. Not a good exchange between the two of them.
Second and 14 at the 47-yard line. Drew Pearson to the right side. Tony Hill to the left side. Danny White on a draw play to Springs, and Ron Springs gets it down to the 47.
Washington trailing the Giants 7-6 in the second quarter. Denver doing something a little different. They're giving Dallas a different look today. That instead of the 34 defense, which they are famous for, they're going to the 4-man down lineman coming in with Latimer.
Third and 7 at the 47. Maurice Harvey is in defensively now for Denver. And this is a timeout, Dallas Cowboys.
They did not have time to get the ball off. They were down to 6 seconds on the 30-second clock.
And so we have now 10 minutes, 33 seconds left to play in the first half. And Denver is leading 17-0.
Chicago leading New Orleans now 22-3. They got their offense untracked a little bit this week.
Third and 7 at the 47 for the Cowboys. Danny White is 2 for 3 in the air, 25 yards. Matt Robinson 5 for 8, 72 yards. Brilliant motion back to the inside. Shotgun, Danny White. Incomplete. Ron Springs.
He had 3 people open, Lindsey. He had Pearson open deep, Springs open, and Billy Joe was open.
So it brings up a 4th down. Thompson has gone deep to receive it. Jackson in tandem upfield. Danny White does the punting. Angles it to the sideline. But it bounds over and goes out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So White's punt placed out of bounds at the 3, a 44-yard punt with no return. And when play is resumed, Denver will have it, but they will have it at their own 3-yard line, first and 10. There's a quarterback comparison with 10 minutes, 17 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Red Miller, who in 3 years as head coach has taken Denver to the playoffs 3 times. His team has the ball first and 10 at the 3-yard line.
Dallas would like to force him into a mistake backed up here.
Preston and Jensen are the setbacks. And Matt Robinson. Jensen just across the 5-yard line.
Jensen, the resident artist on the Denver Bronco team. He feels he can catch the ball coming out of the backfield. He says if an artist doesn't have good hands, who does?
I remember a football player named Tex Coulter who was a pretty good artist. Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball out there at the 5-yard line. Jensen's the lone setback. Danny White to Haven Moses. Can't hang on. Aaron Mitchell covering out there. That'll make it 3rd and 8 at the 5-yard line.
He had him a little high that time. You saw it in comparisons of the stats that he had the better of the two quarterbacks, but he's also had the ball a little longer. Moses coming in.
Otis Armstrong has come in there.
They're making a number of changes.
Moorhead is in as well as a wide receiver. Quick pitch, Otis Armstrong. Got it out there to about the 13.
Washington 13, Giants 7. Joe Theismann ran 37 yards for their second touchdown of that game.
They're going to bring out the chain and measure for the possible first down here.
Detroit won its second game. They beat Green Bay 29-7. That's the final.
Where was Chester Marco? A little short. 4th down, a little short. Here comes the punting unit. Luke Prestridge coming in. He has averaged 39.5 so far.
If Dallas handles this punt successfully, they should have pretty good field position.
James Jones has dropped back right now to his own 45-yard line. Prestridge in his own end zone. Keith Bishop comes in to do the snapping. James Jones at the 43. Well, he never got to the 45.
Glenn Hyde made the tackle.
That wasn't a tackle, that was a collision. So now the Dallas Cowboys will start in their own territory when play is resumed at the 44. Score Detroit 29, Green Bay 7.
Ed Murray, the field goal kicker for Detroit, had 5 field goals in that game.
We'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching that game to this one, where the score here now is Denver 17, Dallas nothing. Denver took the opening kickoff, marched down and scored, then kicked a field goal, and then scored on a Matt Robinson rollout bootleg. So it's 17-0. Dallas with the football. This is Tony Dorsett carrying across the 15. He gets it down to the 45-yard line of the Denver Broncos before Steve Foley comes in to make the tackle. That'll be enough for a first down, I think. And it is.
Kind of a roll draw play with Salty back in motion there. Good call, good first down call. Dorsett breaks the tackle. Foley finally makes the stop, but not enough. Dallas picks up a first down. And they're in Denver territory.
Dallas yardage 25 passing, 36 running, 62 total offense. Dorsett into the deep back position. Dupree in motion across. Randy White with a pitch to Dorsett. He goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Randy Gradishar ran him out.
Good block this time as we take a look at it from ground level by Ron Springs. It allows him right there on Rob Nairn. Allows him to go outside. Gradishar makes the tackle.
Denver's offense to this point, by the way, is passing 72 yards, rushing 65 yards, a total of 137. Tony Dorsett has carried the ball 7 times for 34 yards. Danny White, the quarterback, 2 for 4, 25. Denver leading 17-0 in the second quarter. 8 minutes, 19 seconds left to play in the second quarter of the game. Long pass. Tony Hill He's got a touchdown for Tony Hill.
What a great catch. Tremendous catch. Perfectly thrown pass. Perfectly thrown pass. Pretty good coverage that time by Steve Foley. With Dorsett just got set in time. Just lays it out, a go pattern. Watch the adjustment he makes back over his outside shoulder. Just looks it in, gets his feet down. Touchdown, Dallas.
A 36-yard pass play. Danny White to Tony Hill. Puts the Cowboys on the scoreboard. They have a conversion attempt coming now. Charlie Waters signaling he wants one more man on the field, and he's getting him. It is Raphael Septien, of course, to attempt the conversion, with Waters himself holding. Septien boots, and it's good. So the score now is the Denver Broncos 17 and the Dallas Cowboys 7. Raphael Septien coming off the field. Or rather coming back up the field to do the kicking off for the Dallas Cowboys. It's a sellout crowd here today. Seating capacity is 75,103, and this is the 73rd consecutive sellout at Mile High Stadium for the Denver Broncos.
Perfectly executed pass play that time.
Mike Harden has dropped back center deep to receive the kickoff from Raphael Septien. 8 minutes, 13 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Red Miller, you saw Tom Landry just before that. Septien puts the ball in the air. Harden retreats. In line makes it a touchback. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here's the final score. The Chicago Bears defeated New Orleans by a score of 22-3. We'd like to welcome all of you who've been watching that game to this, the telecast from Mile High Stadium in Denver of the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. We have 8 minutes, 7 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Denver is leading by a score of 17-7. Dallas has just scored for the first time on a 36-yard pass play from Danny White to Tony Hill. Denver scored in the first quarter, took the opening kickoff, drove down, scored. Then they had a field goal, and then Matt Robinson scored on a rollout bootleg. That accounts for the scoring in the ball game. Matt Robinson. And it is complete up the middle. All the way up to the 39-yard line. Riley Odoms. A big tight end. Charlie Waters made the tackle.
Boy, he makes a good decision there. A good movement as he goes back in the pocket. Little play action pass. He moves out to get himself a little better vision of the field and couldn't go long. Finds that big tight end, Riley Odoms, anchored there in the middle, and he drills him with it. 6'4", 230 pounds, ninth year from Houston.
Otis Armstrong is in the backfield, and Dave Preston is out. He is teamed with Jim Jensen. Otis Armstrong, a former Purdue running back, gets it out there to the 48-3-yard line. D.D. Lewis, 12-year veteran from Mississippi State, made the tackle. Second down, 6 yards to go at the 43.
There's Otis coming out.
They shuttle those backs in and out.
The Giants have gone back in front, 14-13 now.
Dave Preston's back in that backfield with Jim Jensen for the Denver Broncos. Matt Robinson. Going along to Heaven Moses. Incomplete. It was made by Charlie Waters, the 10-year veteran from Clemson, and that shook him loose.
Well, what a good play Waters made on that. Good pattern that time by Moses. Good throw. Pass protection's good, steps up. Doesn't lay the ball up much. He drills it in order to get it in there. Had the completion, except Waters stripped him of the football.
Somebody asked Tom Landry about his secondary. He says no one has any idea right now what our secondary can do.
Looks like Matt Robinson's trying to find out.
Doesn't he go? Tighten up Odom. And now a delay of game. charged against the Denver Broncos.
Well, he saw something he didn't like. He wanted to change the play, and time ran out on him.
Delay of game, number 17, offense, 3rd down.
3rd and 11, not the 38.
There's that Seattle-Kansas City game, 17-16.
Right here, Denver's leading Dallas 17-7 with 6 minutes, 37 seconds left to play in the first half. Jensen moving up. That's Haven Moses moving out. Matt Robinson with the ball. Incomplete. Intended for Rick Upchurch.
Boy, Thurman had an interception. He's very disappointed.
That'll bring the punting unit on now for the Broncos as Luke Prestridge comes in to do the kicking. James Jones will drop back deep to field it for the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas beat the Redskins Monday night 17-3. It was the 16th consecutive opening game triumph for the Dallas Cowboys. Prestridge puts it up. James Jones over near the sideline at the 9-yard line. Doesn't get far. Out just past the 12. Call it the 13-yard line. 53-yard punt, return 4 yards. The NFL on CBS next week. Minnesota versus Chicago. The Cardinals and Detroit. 49ers and the New York Jets. Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. Tampa Bay and these Dallas Cowboys. Washington and Oakland. Next week, the NFL on CBS. 1st and 10. Cowboys have the ball on the 13th. Reuben Carter was there.
And Mr. Boyd is coming in defensively along with Larry Evans. Stratishaw and Rizzo come out from that defensive set. Trying to get a little more pressure.
2nd and 8 at the 15. Springs moves over. And back. Anyway. Diving catch. Drew Pearson. About the 18-yard line. A pickup of about 3 on the completed pass to Pearson.
That's a good pass, but that particular time the ball pulled Pearson back. He didn't get as much yards out of the pass as he wanted to.
It's a sports family. Drew Pearson is married to the daughter of Marcus Haynes, the old Harlem Globetrotter star. 3rd down play coming up now. 3rd and 5 from the 18th. Anyway. Going long to Ron Springs. He cannot hold on at the 48-yard line. Bernard Jackson was covering.
He should have had it. He feels so too. A little disappointed that he didn't make that reception. Good throw by White.
You don't have to bring the punter on for Dallas because he's always already on. He's the quarterback. Danny White. Rick Upchurch has dropped back deep to receive it for Denver. Upchurch at the 35. That's all. So the Broncos start deep in their own territory. And again, tempers are flaring and fists are flying. Penalty marker goes up into the air.
That's the 2nd time we've had that on a kick.
You can tell the rookies, if there are any, they'll take their helmets off.
Good play that time by Roland Solomon getting down, making that tackle. Watson coming back, decking Danny White. I got a penalty there.
Yeah.
He says, am I not entitled to block for my return man?
Jerry Markbright has written a couple of books on officiating, and he may have to recite one to explain all of this.
Well, we know where the first penalty was, back on Watson hitting White. Steve Watson taking a shot.
We've got first aid stations all around the stadium. I think that's an official as well.
You're going to have to give the officials more protection if this continues.
Could be Tom Kelleher. Here's Jerry Markbright.
We've got a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on number 81, back at that flag on Denver.
That's Watson.
We have offsetting personal fouls on both teams after the ball.
Well, there's Solomon making the hit on Upchurch. See what happens here. Everybody's okay so far, except Upchurch comes up, gives a shot to Solomon. Linebackers get into it. Mitchell coming in. Randy White. And the fiasco's on.
And the official got into the midst of this. Jerry Markbright, I don't think is through explaining yet.
Chapter 2 of his book, huh?
That's it. Willie Spencer, I'm told, is the official who is getting assistance.
The penalty is enforced from the spot where possession was changed because that foul occurred while the kick was in the air. It's a post-possession foul.
There you go.
There you go. That was the original foul.
The ball is back there at the 18-yard line. First and 10. Denver's ball. 4 minutes, 46 seconds left to play in the half. Denver's leading 17-7. Preston out to the 21-yard line.
Pittsburgh won their second game 20-17 over the Baltimore Colts.
Second and 7 at the 21-yard line. And Otis Armstrong is coming back into the ballgame now for the Denver Broncos. Red Miller. Greg Morton. Armstrong, the lone setback. He's got the ball. But only to the 21.
Tackle made by Harvey Martin.
Harvey Martin in on the stop.
Good play again by Charlie Waters that time, Lindsey, forcing the play back to the inside, to the pursuit.
It was spotted up near the 25 to make it 3rd down and 3. Jensen and Preston are the setbacks now. Matt Robinson. And Moses incomplete. Thurman was there.
Steve Wilson made the play on Haven Moses. A lot of people here at Mile High Stadium didn't like it. They felt there's possibility of contact, a turn-in pattern. Ball delivered, take a look. Like a pretty good play by Wilson, knocking the ball loose.
So now the punting unit is on. James Jones is back to receive the punt from Luke Prestridge. 3 minutes, 26 seconds left in the first half. Denver leading 17-7. Prestridge booms it out. James Jones is at the 25-yard line. 30. Into the line. 51-yard punt, return 6 yards. So the ball is taken to the 31 and spotted there where it's first down and 10 yards to go.
A man down making the play on the tackle is fullback Jim Jensen.
Dallas Cowboys now see what they can do about moving the football. 3 minutes, 14 seconds left in the half. Drew Pearson's in a wide right. Tony Hill's in a wide left. Tony Hill, incomplete, down the sideline.
Fortunate that was out of bounds. He overthrew him because he had no one open. Tony Hill was double covered that time by Bill Thompson and Steve Foley.
Second down and 10 yards to go for the Dallas Cowboys. Danny White is 4 for 8 in the air. Springs right, Dorsett left. Saldi in motion across. Dribbled it, and it was picked up and carried on the way by Thompson. Thompson picked it up and got it into the end zone for the touchdown. Bill Thompson picked up Dorsett's fumble and took it in for the touchdown. Bill Thompson in his 132nd consecutive game. Look again.
Watch the exchange here. Dorsett never gets the football. He tries to pick it up. Picks it up on the dead run. That's called a Sunday school hop. Thompson picks it up all the way to the end zone. Or did he? Oh.
I made it the 33-yard line where he picked it up. We have a conversion attempt coming now.
I thought he got out of bounds over here. It's like he's out of bounds before he gets into the end zone.
The official didn't see it that way.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Conversion attempt coming. Steinfort kicking. Matt Robinson holding. Down. It's up. It's no good. Hold it. Penalty marker. Penalty marker. Delay of game, I think, is what it is. Didn't get it off in time. Delay of game. Score is 23-7 at the moment. With the conversion attempt still coming.
Delay of game, number 19, offense.
Delay of game cost them a penalty. Now they try the conversion. Steinfort. So now, it is Denver 24 and Dallas 7 with 2 minutes, 56 seconds left to play in the first half. The official statistician said that was a 32-yard return of the fumble, 32-yard run back by Bill Thompson. And there is the score.
I know it's history. I'd certainly like to see when Mr. Thompson got hit by Danny White. I thought I saw a knee down, out of bounds.
Teed up on the 35-yard line. Bill Thompson, we are told, has returned 4 fumbles for touchdowns in his career. He knows which way to run.
I understand that's an NFL record.
James Jones. At the 1-yard line, return to the 5 to the 10. Jones to the 15, Jones to the 20, Jones to the 25. and he gets out near the 30-yard line, at which point the Dallas Cowboys will start with 2:45 on the clock. Keep in mind the 2-minute warning. It comes up at 2. Spotted at the 29-yard line.
The Dallas offense has been responsible for 2 of Denver's touchdowns today. The White fumble back when he was sacked by Boyd, and Dorsett's fumble then that Thompson gets into the end zone with.
They'll move a man in motion from that set, and here he comes, Drew Pearson. Danny White. Dorsett in the right flat. Across the 35 and upended at the 36-yard line. Gain of 7 makes it 2nd and 3. Randy Gradishar was there. Danny White, 5-year veteran from Arizona State, for so long the backup for Roger Staubach, who retired at the close of last year and is now, among other things, a football analyst for CBS.
This is where Roger was at his best in the 2-minute drill.
Danny White completes this one to Solly. Jay Solly. It'll be marked at the 42-yard line. Joe Rizzo on the tackle. They get a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Clock says 2:17 and it's running. James Jones is coming to the backfield now for Dallas, number 23. Danny White. Tony Hill. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Tremendous excuse me, Lindsay. Tremendous concentration by Hill that time, catching the ball in a crowd.
And now the 2-minute warning has arrived. When play is resumed, it'll be 1st down and 10 yards to go. Dallas Cowboys will have the ball at the Denver 40-yard line. We'll have 1 minute 57 seconds left to play in the half. Denver 24, Dallas 7.
This bud's for everyone who puts it down in black and white.
This bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This bud's for you.
I'm getting a free ride.
I'm getting a free ride.
You'll get a free ride when you change to Sunoco's mileage oil, MPG Plus. It gives an average of 14 more miles per tankful than regular oil.
And in some cars, 28 more miles.
Right. Because MPG Plus reduces friction, your engine does less work and you get better mileage. Get a free ride with Sunoco's MPG Plus.
I'm getting a free ride.
Doesn't she always?
Tuesday, the Dukes of Hazzard star in a special 2-hour TV movie presentation. Carnival of Thrills. The action never quits. Be there Tuesday at 8/7 Central and Mount.
We have now 1 minute 57 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. This is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Denver's leading Dallas 24-7. You see the comparison of quarterbacks. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the Denver 40-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Danny White. I think his arm was hit just as he turned it loose. Looked to be. 2nd and 10 at the 40 on the incompletion.
Looked like he didn't get behind the ball as much as he'd wanted to then, because he did have a man coming open, coming across.
Tom Landry, as a B-17 pilot in World War II, came back to the University of Texas. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. Shotgun again. Danny White repeats to take the direct snap. Completes it to Dorsett. Just at the 30-yard line. Now, did he get the first down? They'll spot it. Look it over. Third down and very, very short. Then Danny White. Complete. Jay Salter. First and 10 at the 15-yard line. Bill Thompson made the stop. 36.
And Dallas is asking for a timeout.
It'll come with 1 minute, 22 seconds left to play in the first half.
Danny White has been impressive in this 2-minute drill. I think he's missed the one pass. That was the one where his arm was hit.
Jim Myers with the headset there, the phone, the assistant head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Coached for Red Sanders at UCLA and at Vanderbilt, was himself head coach at Iowa State and Texas A&M. Denver has 3 timeouts left. Dallas has 1 timeout left.
While we have this timeout, Lindsey, Washington has scored again in the second quarter. They now lead 20-14 over the Giants with just 21 seconds left in the half.
Ed Miller's board of strategy there, talking to Randy Gradishar, who calls the defensive signals. White forward passing has gone 9 for 14, 120 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Tom Landry talking to Danny White, his quarterback. Cowboys want another one before they go into that locker room for the halftime intermission. And the Denver Broncos, of course, want to go in there 24/7.
Well, this would do a lot for them psychologically going in to get this touchdown in this drive.
And we're about set to go. Tony Hill goes to a wide right. Drew Pearson to a wide left. They're out of the shotgun. Danny White waits for the direct snap, and he gets it. Springs, incomplete. Ron Springs running the post. Second and 10 at the 15.
Boy, Gradishar made a good play getting back in there, getting his hand up in front of Springs. I don't know if he got a hand on it. He may have tipped the ball.
1 minute, 18 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Denver 24, Dallas 7. Dallas has had 2 penalties for 15 yards. Denver's had 4 penalties for 30 yards. Drew Pearson to the right side. Tony Hill to the left side. Still in the shotgun for Danny White. He's got it. Now they try to reverse with Dorsett. Got down there to about the 12-yard line. Gradishar again was there, along with Nair.
Third down.
And 7 at the 12. Shotgun. Incomplete. And almost intercepted. In and out of the arms of Dorsett. In and out of the arms of Louis Wright, number 20.
Well, that is the second pass. Louis Wright has had an opportunity to pick off after the ball had been tipped. You see Dorsett, boy, does he ever take a hit there. See right there juggling the ball. Dallas is bringing on Septian.
Charlie Waters holds. He is in to do the holding for Raphael Septian. This will be a 30-yard attempt. On the hash mark right. 49 seconds left to play in the half. Is good. 30-yard field goal is good. 3 more points on the board and makes it 24-10. Clock says 45 seconds remaining to be played in the half.
We've had a lot of different things happening here in this first half. The sack and a fumble that leads to 1. Another fumble that gives another touchdown by Thompson. Everything going on. Scraps on every kick.
It's been sort of a frantic day here at Mile High Stadium before this sellout crowd. Septien will kick it off from the 35-yard line. Harden has retreated. Mike Harden.
What do you think Denver's going to do? You think they're going to go to the hurry-up offense? They have three timeouts left.
Septien boots it, and Harden lets it go across the end line. Touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
3 timeouts, 45 seconds left.
Starting from their own 20-yard line with a 1st and 10.
We'll probably get a good indication from his first down call.
Haven Moses going to a wide left. Giving it off now to Preston. Just leave it on the ground out to the 22-yard line.
It was pretty obvious from lineup what they wanted to do. They have 2 tight ends in there. Egloff and Odoms.
Second on 8 yards to go at the 22. Clock is running, and it is counted down now to 20 seconds remaining in the half.
I'm sure Red Miller says, look, it's 24-10. Let's don't make any mistakes here. Give him any more points before halftime. I'm satisfied with the first half, and he should be.
They're just letting it run down. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the first half. So the Denver Broncos elected not to come out of the huddle, just to let the time run out. They're perfectly happy to go into the locker room at halftime leading the Dallas Cowboys, whom they have never beaten in regular season or postseason competition, by a score of 24-10. It's been a spectacular football game with all sorts of untoward things happening on the field. But the Denver Broncos indicated their readiness when they took the opening kickoff and drove steadily down the field and scored against the Dallas defense. Then they came back later. Dallas is not used to being scored on. Then they came back, got a field goal, and then on a bootleg rollout. They scored again before the Dallas Cowboys ever got on the scoreboard.
I told my Allstate agent I can't afford life insurance. Well, John, don't put marbles in the penny wrappers. He told us about one of Allstate's affordable life plans. For a 28-year-old, $50,000 in decreasing term insurance for about $11 a month. These pennies could pay for a couple of months. Well, John...
Well, you put your pennies in my marble jar.
Ask about Allstate Life's affordable life plans. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Paul, my quarterback's got a better arm.
Right on. Better than a pitcher? Namath, you've been out of the game too long.
Hey, that's enough talk, fellas. Let's let Flash decide.
Flash?
Yeah.
Flash is an electronic game for all-around competitors.
Watch this. Yeah.
Flash tests your timing, reflexes, memory, and accuracy because Flash is programmed for 5 challenging games. Flash keeps score for up to 5 players, and super shots mean super bonus points. Flash with 5 electronic games.
It's a great game from Ideal.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing the ham and cheese. The sensational sandwiches from 7-Eleven.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, 7-Eleven's got 2 of them. The large ham and cheese that's hot, the small one that's not. One's hot, one's not.
Ham and cheese at 7-Eleven.
Everybody's doing the ham and cheese. The good time sandwiches at 7-Eleven.
Monday night on CBS, somebody's up to foul play. Chevy Chase is the crack detective. Goldie Hawn is the damsel in distress.
A man tried to kill me here tonight.
Would you like to take a shower? Dudley Moore is the conductor, who's always on the make.
What's the matter, baby?
They're all tied up in the wildest murder case ever, Foul Play. It's a crash course in suspense. Foul Play, Monday night at 8, 7 Central and Mountain, followed by a special showing of MASH.